Nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Folsom Field in Boulder. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Colorado Buffaloes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Nestled into the gorgeous mountains in Boulder, Colorado, Folsom Field is a spectacular viewing venue for college football. The new coach has it rocking and rolling. Folsom Field continues to build on their tradition of the Buffaloes football team. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Folsom Field in Boulder. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Colorado Buffaloes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. He told me that they are going to rely heavily on their passing attack. That has been a huge part of their scheme, partly because their running back is young and inexperienced. With a highly recruited quarterback, this is part of their scheme they think they can rely on heavily against this defense. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Listen, my job is to poke and prod and find where you're weak. I like it. Get the ball in the perimeter. How are the ends playing the run support? Can I get on the edge, make some big, easy plays early in this ballgame?
And show them a variety of runs that can keep them guessing later on.
No doubt, and I'm making memory of all this stuff. Did it hurt? What were they in? Can I get back to this later?
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Wide receiver comes in motion. Lewis. Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Buffaloes will line it up on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Smith. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to...
Makes the grab in their space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Buffaloes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Throwing, Lewis. Bringing the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Give the defense a lot of credit on that one. A little bit of bend, don't break here in the opening drive of the game. They gave up some yards. They were down inside their own red zone. But on that critical third down, phenomenal.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Wants to adjust the pattern.
Here we go. Ready. Ready, go.
Fourth down, Lewis. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Colorado. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bussey. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to the R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
They're going to ride this running back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Running inside. It's Edwards. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And they're attacking the middle of the field. That's a big gain by the offense. And I know the big fella, I know it takes him a second to get going, but once he gets 8, 10, 12 yards downfield, those are big strides, and it's hard for people to keep up with them. Really nice job.
Got a little grass. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
The run inside. It's Edwards. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. The throw to the outside is complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
The Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. fake. Reed. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Marcel Reed to throw for it on fourth. Unleashes to the end zone. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt.
So many factors go into making the big play in the big moment, calling the right play, getting protection. You got it all dialed up. It's perfect, and then he does that, drops the ball right in his hands.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Maybe a crease. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Tight end now in motion. They'll go to the counter. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. And the Buffaloes in the hurry up. He wants to change this route. Makes the grab. It's Atkins. Turning it on. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays, they can run.
Caught, and he's got room. Rams him with the stiff arm. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
Trying to run, it's Smith. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
After getting stopped on that 2nd down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3.
Here we go. Ready, go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. And down he goes back at the 3.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here.
Go.
Lewis to throw for it on 4th. Fires into the end zone. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
And the Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running inside, it's Edwards. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
This offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done then.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll move the tight end. Throwing Reed. Fires to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Craver. Flying down the left side. The 20. To the house. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect him. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
He'll bring it out. It's Perry. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Here's Lewis to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's second and long. He might want another play. Lewis wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And now the hit knocks it loose. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
As a former quarterback, I definitely never had the guts to ever want to be a return man. And that right there is the reason why, guys. I don't need anybody having a 50-yard run at me trying to take my head off. So, listen, I mean, I feel for that return guy. He's lucky, though, that his group of guys was able to jump back on the ball.
The run inside. It's Edwards. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that. I know that.
3rd and short now from their own 48. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Marcel Reed. Complete to the left. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. On the move. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Unloads to the wideout. Trying to find the end zone. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Really nice timing, and that's a very accurate throw by the quarterback. There was not a big window. He's throwing the in-breaking route. It's coming from his left, and he's got to fit that football into a really tight space where his guy can make the catch. Very confident throw that time by the QB.
He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Coming out with it, it's Perry. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Lewis. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Listen, you can't make every play, you can't cover everybody, but it's really nice when you get the bonus of swatting the ball down and making sure that quarterback doesn't get a completion and doesn't get a big play.
Quarterback making checks. Lewis to throw. Bears the pressure. This one's complete. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Wants to throw it again. Shoots it to the left. Williams got it. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. And the Buffaloes are in the hurry-up. Throwing. Lewis. He lets it fly. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense. You're late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Quick completion on the out. Colorado will go ahead and use its second timeout here. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Third down from the gun, Lewis. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Making side adjustments here. Fourth down, Lewis. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on downs.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the fourth down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Running inside. It's Craver. Finding some room. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. And this one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the number 3 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Gators with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And it's 3 straight victories for this team as they start to get hot. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Mountain West.
They'll move the wide receiver. Play action with Reed. Going for the big play. Pulls it in down the sideline. Oh, look out on the right. He is in. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And that's exactly how you draw it up on offense, man. You run the football, you get those bodies committed, Jesse, and you use speed out wide with a little bit of play action.
A really nice job of setting it up by the play caller, you're right. And those linebackers and safeties, they want to come down and support the run, but a really nice throw, excellent route, and they're able to connect for a massive TD.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Perry. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but...
Makes the catch down the right side. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of a hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You got to continue to be aggressive.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. Steps away to find some room. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any conclusions.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. Lewis from the gun on 3rd down. He'll pull it down. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On 3rd down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the 1st down.
And this QB is really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness.
Makes a grab and run. Got enough space. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. The run inside. It's Edwards. There he goes. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Aggies have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Right back to him on the ground. Here's a little room there. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Reed on the play action. Going downfield for the big play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, and if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push and just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Give to the running back. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Tries to get it on the ground. He's not going to get there. The defense was sure tackling to stop him a few yards short.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, blowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
That's caught. It's Atkins. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive. Trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Offense in a bunch formation. Motion from the wideout. Lewis to throw for it on 4th. Throws it deep. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Play fake, Marcel Reed. Under fire. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Now the play fake. Rushes on him. Got him downfield.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. He'll stop playing momentarily for the injured Buff. And it's their freshman defensive back who's down on the play, and Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his condition. And the Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Rides to the back. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Play fake, Reed. Lets it fly deep downfield. Just threw that one way too far.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Despite coming up short on the previous 2 fourth-down attempts, this offense will try it here again. 4th down, Reed. Lets it fly. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
Coming into this game, this offense really believed they had a mismatch problem because of this tight end speed and athleticism, and you saw it right there, David. Nobody able to hang with this guy on that touchdown catch.
And either way you cover him, if you want to put a linebacker on him, he's got a speed advantage. A safety on him, he's got a size advantage. QB takes advantage of the mismatch, knows where his big fella's going to be, and capitalizes on it.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Perry. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Running inside. It's Smith. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. And the Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. Here's Lewis to throw.
It's got to feel good as an...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Might be calling a hot route. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play.
Down, ready. Blue 30. Ready, go.
Quarterback keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They pretty much have to keep the offense on the field, and they'll get right to the line of scrimmage. 4th down, Lewis. Time to take a shot. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. He'll do it himself. Knocked off his feet.
And, David, this defense just has their hands full. There's so many different weapons on the other side of the field that can hurt you, right? It's not just running backs. It's not just wide receivers and tight ends. This quarterback is a major threat when he decides to take off and go.
And it just makes me pause. It makes me slow down a little bit when I start to get upfield because I got to stop and worry about the running back, and now I got to worry about the quarterback run. So much to look at. It takes a lot of discipline to stop these designed quarterback runs.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal.
22.
The run inside. It's Craver. Could be an alley. Touchdown, Aggie! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Perry. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
And knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
I know 4 yards doesn't seem like a lot, but, man, it's so nice when you can dictate to a defense. And 4 yards, back-to-back plays now set up with a whole playbooks available. I can do whatever I want. I can be aggressive. I love when offenses stay in that 3rd down and short range.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the 1st down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Under fire. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Play fake, Lewis. Here comes the heat. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
3rd down from the gun, Lewis. He's going to run it. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the 1st down.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The Buffaloes come to the line in the hurry-up. Lewis. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. Lewis to throw for it on 4th. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. There's some room. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs, and get a W.
From the red zone, it's Edwards. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Wide receiver comes in motion. So the pop pass is busted up in the backfield for a loss.
And I think this is the part of the field where your alert should go up. Like, the radar should go up. These touch passes, like, to get to the perimeter. You get the middle really secure with bigger bodies and more people in the box. So, nice job by this defense, seeing the ball spit out wide to a playmaker, being ready for it, and getting him on the ground.
He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just Balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Just 1 for 3 on 4th down today, but they'll try to move those chains with this play. Looking to the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Perry. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Smith takes the handoff.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Some misdirection with the counter. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.